G'day guys, and welcome back to another episode. In this episode, we head out on a wild adventure in search of a giant Australian goanna. In the Pilbara region where we live, you can find goannas, several different types, but the species we are searching for is the sand goanna, which can sometimes be referred to as a racehorse goanna due to its amazing speed. These goannas grow up to 1.8 metres long and are a great food source. The sand goanna is the second largest goanna we get here in Australia, with the largest goanna being the parenti goanna, which can grow up to over 2 metres. In the local Yindjibarndi language, the goanna is called a gurumanthu. If you're travelling through the Pilbara, you've got a pretty good chance of seeing a gurumanthu, as they are quite active during the day and they love to sunbake. The gurumanthu is a diurnal species, which means it is active during the day and it sleeps at night. The sand goanna have an amazing sense of smell, and they use their forked tongue to help explore the environment, much like a snake does. The sand goanna, as you'll see later, have incredibly strong legs and massive claws, which they use to help them dig big burrows to hide in. They will often not venture too far from their burrows, which they can always resort to if they feel threatened or they need protection from the elements. Enough about sand goannas and more about this adventure. On this adventure, we are joined by my friend from home, Xaviar Cox, who shows us how to track and find goannas and how to prepare it and cook it as well, which is pretty amazing. We're also joined by Rory McLeod, a good friend of ours who relished the opportunity to come out bush and learn to hunt from Xaviar and I. So let's get into it. Well guys, we got Rory in the back and Xaviar as well. I'm driving, Britta's in the passenger seat, and we're just out bush at the moment. We are trying to track down a goanna, so it's pretty hard work. We'll run you guys through what it looks like, but basically driving on looking for tracks and then just tracking them to see if we can find one. We found a few tracks. They all look kind of a little bit older, so we're just trying to look for some fresher tracks and then hopefully we can track one down, but we'll bring you guys along for the ride, so let's go. Back cam. Back cam.
In his natural habitat.
Hey.
So guys, I don't know if you can see, but these are the tracks we are currently following.
What you can see here, guys, is just a goanna track. So it's just coming in through here, up here, and it's obviously had some food or something in there, and you can see that's all freshly dug out, and then it just takes off over that direction. So close, there's definitely some tracks that are looking pretty fresh, but we just haven't quite found a real fresh one yet, so we're still looking. Most of the time we were tracking, we heavily relied on Xaviar's skills and his knowledge to find which direction the tracks were heading, how old he thought the tracks were, and how big he thought the goanna might be. His eye to find the tracks whilst we were moving in the car and to then track them across the flats was pretty amazing to see. Right here is another hole we came across, or more commonly known as a burrow. This burrow we noticed had some nice tracks coming to it, but on closer inspection, again, no one was home.
Tracks right in there, look.
What you can see right here is some tracks leading into a burrow. Xavier then used his phone to reflect the sunlight to see if there was a goanna inside the hole, but after closer inspection it looked as though the hole had been uninhabited for a while. We tracked this track for a while, as Britta is showing here, and then Rory was walking past a bush and I heard him yell out, "It's here! It's here!" We were on. Xavier said he would have the first shot, and if it took off, he would chase after it. And as you can see here, there is a reason they are called racehorse goannas. We chased this goanna pretty fast over the flats, but as I mentioned before, if they feel threatened, they run straight to their burrow, which is exactly what this one did. We all started chasing the goanna across the flat, which is a pretty exhilarating experience. After chasing it for a couple of metres, probably around 100 or 150, we noticed the goanna really starting to tire. Well, at least we thought, but it was only slowing down so it could make a nice swift entrance into its burrow. Obviously at this stage, we knew the goanna was in its burrow, so it was just a matter of smoking it out a little bit and then digging to find it, which as you can imagine is a pretty scary process. Xavier started digging out the burrow when Rory noticed its tail was hanging out the hole.
Oh, he's right here. I can see him.
Hang on. I then grabbed a hold of its tail and I started to pull it out, but they used their massive claws to hang onto the root system, so it wasn't easy. As it started to come out, Xavier used the bar to quickly put pressure on its head and kill it instantly. We had done it. We had caught ourselves a giant Australian goanna to eat. We were all pretty excited and really grateful that we got to share this moment with Xavier and learn some of his amazing tracking and hunting skills.
We got a feed, cuz, we got a feed! There's one. Big fat one too. Oh, that was hard work, mate.
Real hard work.
Oh, how sharp down to cook that thing. Oh. There you go, Rosa. We've been chasing it for bloody all day. How good's that?
Incredible beast, hey?
Look at the claws. Man, they're crazy. Good work, Xavier, for digging him out. Well done. How good's that? That's gurmandu in Xavier's language. We're frothing, we're so excited. We're going to go and cook him up now and try some goanna. Yeah, boy.
Can't wait to try.
Yes. Hey? Yeah, on the flat on the other side. Yeah, he's got without him. Oh. Guys, how good's this? We've been searching for this all day. Massive team effort. Xavier found the tracks, then Rory started tracking it, found it underneath the tree, and then all of us, we all wheeled out on the flat and chased it, went into its hole, and then Xavier showed us just how you dig it out, and yeah, we pulled it out of its hole, and here we go, we got some food. So I think the plan is, we're gonna from here all jump back in the car. It's about a 3 or 4 hour drive home now. So we'll start driving home, and then we're gonna head down the beach tonight and cook it up down the beach, all of us. So yeah, pretty excited. Finally, we got it, the giant goanna. Big gurumatu.
What Xavier is doing here is he's made a small incision in the goanna's throat and he's proceeding to pull out the stomach and the stomach contents through that incision. You'll notice Xavier uses a rock to rub on the ground to get some fine dirt which he can use for better grip as the stomach is quite slippery. Well guys, that's the end of another episode. Thank you so much for joining us on this amazing giant goanna catch and cook. Part 2 will be coming out very, very soon, where we head down to the beach and cook this thing up with Xaviar. He shows us how to cook it underground and the traditional way, so stay tuned. Subscribe so you don't miss that one. Thanks so much again, guys, and we'll see you on the next episode.